What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter, and Jay Prince. That's taking over the internet. People asking me to speak on that again. We finally heard Junior speak. Junior kind of opened up the door to something we didn't know about. He said when the whole Takeoff situation happened, he wasn't even outside. He was inside the bowling alley. I think that's very strong because there was a lot of conversation that this argument was between him. Then, rumors then came out, videos come out that show Quavo arguing with Mike Prince. I guess he related to the family. We all heard about DJ Pat, Lil Cam. The fact that Takeoff lost his life and these guys are doing an interview very, very aggressive feels very weird. Junior tells the story of, him not being outside when this whole shit happened. When somebody outside, not outside, they somewhere doing something else when something happened, comes off as very fishy. That's textbook for saying we not telling, we not snitching. We wasn't around when it happened. We didn't heard that excuse several times in a lot of situations. That's the number one situation when somebody lose their life. You say, hey, I was around the corner or I wasn't in right there at that time. So that feels a lot of weirdness. And the fact that Quavo is arguing, with outsiders. This not the Junior's brothers. This not Jay Prince Sr. Why is Quavo arguing with anybody? Why do we feel uncomfortable? Why is he aggressive? Why is he irritated? Feels very funny. And then when somebody say they wasn't outside, that feels very backdoorish. That's why I be telling people, I don't know, but it just comes off as very backdoorish. Now, don't get me wrong. They're telling the story basically that, a lot of this shit basically started from Quavo. That's basically the story they trying to tell. It seemed like, they're pointing at Quavo and Migos bands and they crew for starting an altercation that led into a life being took. But the one thing I want to speak on about this whole fucking interview and the whole thing, I didn't really feel remorse. I didn't see any remorse. I didn't see any sorriness in that shit. I seen people basically saying, Take got what the fuck he deserved to happen because shit got wild, That's basically what I heard, Now, I don't want to say anything because I understand the Prince family, very respected. Don't seem like they scared. They got a reputation for handling business. But I just think this comes off a little weird. And I just feel like it comes off like that because of these threats that they're hearing. I spoke on it the other day when I talked about money on the Prince heads. That's what Senior was talking about. And Senior don't find that shit very funny. He finds it aggressive. But I'm not sure if he calculated that. One of the Migos lost their life. To be sending a threat saying another Migo can lose their life if they keep playing with you, it comes off as very, very snakish, to be honest with you, People are grieving. There's a lot of angry words going to be coming out right now. For them not to understand that is kind of confusing to me, though. But, we're going to keep watching this. But it seemed like a side has been picked. They riding with Houston. They riding with Cam, Pat, Mike Prince. And really don't give a fuck how nobody feel about that. So if you can see, this seemed like this going to lead to maybe, street shit. And hopefully these guys are smart enough not to throw their careers away. That's why I want to ask y'all a question on some real shit. And I know this kind of the wrong time to ask this, but I want to ask this. Do you think Jay Prince and them bogus as hell for this whole interview, saying these shit about Offset, just clearing their name, acting like they ain't got shit to do with it? Or do you put this on Quavo? Do you feel like Quavo started all this bullshit and led Takeoff to his death? And that's a tough thing to ask, but I want to know what y'all think. Leave a comment. It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. Bleh, bleh, bleh.